I could just see her closer and closer. Like, I was freaking scared. Like, this lady ghost bitch was coming after me. Hey there guys, Ashton here with another video for Fashion Me Curvy. Yeah, Fashion Me Curvy. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands. I'm just talking. I don't know. Anyway, so I did another poll on Twitter asking what video should I do? Something about my paranormal experience, how to apply foundation, and doing my boyfriend's makeup. Which, those videos will come later, but I seriously thought today we should do about my paranormal experience. I've had several paranormal experiences, but today I'm going to tell you about the lady in the white dress. Okie dokie. I think how old was I? I think I was about 10 years old, and my great-grandfather had just passed away, and so my cousin, let's call her Cece, my cousin Cece, that isn't her real name, just moved into my great-grandfather's bedroom after he had passed away. He had been doing a lot of hallucinations because he was dying, but I do remember him saying something about seeing his mother. I don't know if that has any kind of connection, but I'll also tell you another thing right for the story right before he died. So I was spending the night in my cousin Cece's room, and I was sleeping on the floor and she's sleeping on her bed. And I remember hearing a bunch of people talking, like whispering, like a group of people. They were just like, shh, no, we can't say anything, like, don't say nothing at all. You know, just a bunch of people whispering. And I thought it was like my mother and my grandmother and like my aunt or something, because again, my grandfather had just passed away. So I woke up and, you know, I'm like, you know, like kind of peeking, being a little kid, not trying to do anything. And there is this lady standing right near the door of my cousin's new bedroom, my grandfather's bedroom. And see, the room is not that big. It's probably 9 feet long. It's just like, it should have been like a closet or something, I guess, like a big walk-in closet, I guess, but it's not that big. And then there's a door on the side, and then there's this wall here, and it's got a closet on the side here. And she was standing right in front of the closet, like at the end of my cousin's bed. Like the bed, you know, that was my grandfather's or whatever. And the TV's here on the dresser. And I'm laying on the floor here. And I see this lady in this like long white dress. And it's kind of ripped and kind of raggedy and like gross looking. And I'm just thinking, who is this lady in my cousin's room? And like, there's no one else there. She's just whispering, but I can hear the other people whispering. And they're like whispering like, hush, hush, no, we can't say no, we can't do that. And then I kind of like that because it scared me. And then like they all went, shh. Like, and it stopped. Like, they stopped talking. And she turns around, but she doesn't have a face. She has long, dark, black hair, like this long or so, and it looks kind of like slimy looking, like not wet but not totally dry either, like just a little bit of slimy. And she doesn't have a face, and she's like really, really pale. And she turns around and like you could, I don't know how to explain it, you could tell she was looking at me. And then for a second there I saw like this little glint of like redness, like I guess it was her eyes, I don't know, but all I know is it scared the tar out of me. And she started moving close to me, and she wasn't walking, she was like flipping floating, okay? And I just remember her coming towards me, and I know I wasn't asleep because I looked over at my cousin's alarm clock and it was like 3:10 a.m. And I know I wasn't asleep because you know when you know you're awake. And she was coming at me. And next thing I do is like I could just see her closer and closer. Like, I was freaking scared. Like, this lady ghost bitch was coming after me. So I put my blanket over my face and I started reciting the Lord's Prayer, Our Father which art in heaven, allow that be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, and that whole thing. you know, I just kept praying and praying and praying, and then I started reciting something that I remember that this lady told me at church. And whenever I felt like I was in trouble with the devil or something like that, I would say, "Get thee behind me, Satan, in the name of Jesus Christ." So I just kept doing that, and then all of a sudden it was, she was gone. So the thing is, I don't know if she was like a demon or a ghost, but I definitely know that she was real. And I will never forget it to the day that I die, because that was one of the most scary experiences. I mean, I've had many experiences with ghosts and paranormal stuff, but that was the one that was most real, where I saw someone that should not have been there. So the next day I told my grandmother, and she's an Irish lady, okay, so she believes in all kind of superstitious stuff. So I go and tell her, and my mother and her will look at each other, right? And my mom and my grandmother tell me that there was a lady that drowned herself in her wedding dress after she just drowned her like 4 to 6 kids, something like that, in their bathtub in the apartments next door in the 60s or 70s, some crap like that. So maybe she was talking to her children and telling them, shh, you know, shh, don't, it's okay, or whatever. Or maybe they were trying to tell her not to try to kill me or my cousin. I don't know. All I know was this lady had went through like a psychiatric problem, is what my grandmother told me. And she was like seeing dark figures on the wall or something, is what the police recorded her husband saying when he came home to like her dying or something. And he just played it off as like, you know, like something, because I don't think they really knew much about schizophrenia and paranoia back then. I'm not really sure, but her ghost was definitely there, I think. Or either it was just one of those time-lapse things or something, you know, like where it just plays a certain spot over and over again. I don't really know, but it was spooky. And I mean, my grandpa did just die there, so like not a week ago, so at the time. So maybe because someone died so close to something like that, it popped up. I don't know. But it was definitely spooky as fuck. And I will never, ever forget that. And the thing is, see, my grandparents' house is right in front of the cemetery. Okay, here's the apartments. Here's my grandparents' house. And right here, sorry, let's move it back. Right here is the cemetery. And me and my cousin used to play in that cemetery. And I've seen her graves, like, of her kids and her. And she has, like, a little grave right here. And then there's, like, 5 or so little bitty graves along the side of her. All the way up. And it was just really freaky for me. And then again, there's also the controversy, you know, where maybe my grandpa wasn't seeing his mother, you know, maybe he was seeing this lady that looked like his mother, because he was on a lot of medication, because I think he had emphysema or something like that, and he was dying painfully. He couldn't breathe, so maybe he was just hallucinating about that. I don't know, but it was really scary, and I didn't know what to do. I couldn't go back to sleep that night. I woke my cousin up, and she told me she heard whispering too, but she thought it was me talking to myself, because who does that? But I mean, you know, it's just crazy stuff. And I think it was one of my cousins who they were spending the night too, and he was saying something about hearing whispering as well, and like a knocking coming from our room. And he was just thought we were girls playing, you know, Barbies or something. Like at 3 a.m. I got school, please. But you know, that's one of my paranormal experience stories, and I hope you enjoyed it. But now I got the chills, because I'm really afraid to like say these stories or like remember these stories, because the paranormal world really scares me. Like, I am so terrified of it, because sometimes I believe in it and sometimes I don't. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just one of those things, you know. But I don't know. I don't really like ghosts, because they say they can't hurt you, but I beg to differ. I've seen like claw marks on people and stuff. But anyways, thank you for watching, and don't forget to get your holy water and Bible out tonight after watching my video. I'm just kidding. Don't forget to stay beautiful. Bye guys.